Hello there. Hi, my name is Krista Barth, and I am here with you today for Coffee and Conversations in Special Education. I have my coffee right here. It is a 4-shot espresso. I also sent our winner last week, Jillian. She's got somebody named Alberto that will be to your door real soon delivering your coffee and a little treat for your son. So I'm super excited to be here with you today. Our second topic, which is also so very important to me, is parent participation in the IEP process. You have very specific rights under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act in terms of how you can participate as an equal member of your child's IEP team. You are invited to any meeting that has to do with the identification, the evaluation, or the provision of a free, appropriate public education to your child. It's not enough to just be invited to participate. There are many other procedures that the school must follow to ensure that when you do participate, that you're given the same opportunity as the rest of the team to participate in a meaningful manner. Your child needs you there, and the rest of the team needs you there to come up with a quality IEP. Hi, Carrie, how are you? And also, Jillian, your coffee should be there or your tea should be there any moment now. So I want to structure this meeting in 3 sections. Your participation before the meeting, whatever the meeting is, your participation during the meeting, and your participation after the meeting. I always tell my clients and any other parents that I speak to prepare their parent input statement before the meeting. It really is a lot to show up to the meeting on the day of and be asked to talk about your child's strengths, weaknesses, short-term and long-term goals that you have for your child, to think about and conceptualize concerns and specific requests that you have for the school. I would rather you get prepared and think that out beforehand. And if you need help from somebody in figuring out and devising a plan for that or making sense of what your goals are and putting them into words, then I do really recommend that you either enlist the help of an advocate, whether it's me or somebody else that's also qualified, or another private professional that has a lot of special knowledge about IEPs or whatever process that you're in, whether it's a 504 meeting, developing behavior intervention plan. If you need extra members to help you, then I want you to have that help as you prepare. Hi, Jillian. Did you get your coffee yet? Or your tea? I hope you got it. So with that being said, know that the parent input statement is not just a list of your child's strengths and weaknesses. It's much more than that. It's really your chance to document anything that's important to have on the record of the legal document of the IEP. It's a much more formal way for your input to be captured. In order for you to put your parent input together, you need to also have in mind what your specific goals are for that meeting and to have conceptualized that in advance. I also tell parents before the meeting to request from the team, and I would document this in an email, whatever ongoing progress monitoring, whatever documents, whatever reports, whether they be formal or informal, are going to be reviewed at your meeting, that you have the same opportunity to look at those reports or to look at that ongoing progress monitoring data as the rest of the team had. It's a lot not only to be asked for your input on the spot, but also to review formal and informal data for the first time, and then immediately thereafter being asked to participate meaningfully in creating an IEP. Now, once you're at the IEP team meeting, I want you to ask a lot of questions for clarification. Do not let them just rush you from one section to another. Also, I want you to realize that your input and your participation at any meeting goes way beyond just the parent input statement that you've developed and that you've shared with the team. I want you to participate throughout the 5 domains of the IEP in the present levels of performance, which to me is really the most important part of the IEP, because it's the present levels of performance that dictate the goals, that dictate the services, that beckon the question about the proper placement, and that help us to devise accommodations and modifications. So please make sure that you're participating in the present levels of performance. I also would like for you to look at the accommodations when you get there, and if you need more regular communication with the school-based team, that you can capture that in an accommodation. It might not be enough for you to get notice every 9 weeks or when a report card comes. You might need to be getting regular notice depending on how frequent the behaviors are, if there are behaviors, or how long it's taking to develop a certain skill. I generally like to look at the data that's been collected towards the measurable goals for a student in any of the 5 domains on a monthly basis. Anything in your child's record is your right to request under FERPA. Now, you don't have the right to request just informal notes or informal conversations that a teacher had with another teacher, although they might be more than willing to share that with you. But any permanent records, any iReady data, if you're in Florida, I know most of the districts are using iReady, SuccessMaker data for some districts that still use SuccessMaker, the progress that the team has taken towards the goals certainly are yours to request, and anything else that stays in your child's file. Data that's been taken towards a behavior intervention plan. We know that quality IEPs and quality implementation of those IEPs has a lot to do with collaboration between the parent and the school, and also collaboration between outside providers in the school. So you might want to add under the service section some level of collaboration that mandates the team to have communication with your outside provider or consultation with you on more regular of a basis. After the meeting, you've written this, assuming that you've gotten everything that you want in the IEP and assuming that you leave the meeting confident and happy with the document that you left with. It's not enough to just wait until the next annual meeting. The IEP is a flexible, movable document, and sometimes we need to revisit any part of the IEP. So you need to really ensure that you're not just waiting till the next annual meeting and trusting the report card grades to tell you the full story. I want you to have regular communication and emails with the school staff to request how your son, how your daughter is doing towards those measurable goals, and have them show you evidence of such. And whenever you have doubt, send an email. Whenever you have doubt and you think that you need to make changes to the IEP, know that you can call for an interim IEP team meeting to consider changes. If you feel that the team, if it's not an issue of making changes, but rather an issue of the team implementing the IEP with fidelity, you can always call for an IEP review team meeting, which is not a meeting where you change the IEP, but a meeting in which you review the IEP and have discussions about how the IEP is playing out in the classroom. And for those of you that have continued to choose the e-learning platform or are in a district that has mandated 100% e-learning, this is very important as well, because there's special considerations and special thoughts and planning that go into executing accommodations and modifications and services and assistive technology through the student's laptop, whereas in the past, those accommodations and modifications and services and supports were implemented in a classroom setting. Ask any teacher, it's absolutely possible, but different, and there's special planning that's required. So with that being said, if anybody here that's listening and has commented, I want you to know that you will be drawn and one of you will receive a free coffee so that you could enjoy with me next week. And I hope that you'll join me again. I also hope that if you have any specific questions about your rights as a parent in any part of the IEP process or in establishing a 504 plan or in establishing a behavior intervention plan or in requesting evaluations or reevaluations, prior written notice. Also, if you don't leave that IEP meeting happy, if you do disagree with the team, you need to know that you have protections under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act in filing a request for due process hearing, in requesting a mediation hearing. And there are other ways that if you're not interested in taking that route, that you can try to contest what the team has finalized in that IEP. if the team, this is something that I want to mention before I get off that I think is really important, because parents think that if they withhold their signature on an IEP, that that's their way of contesting. Your signature, unless it's your original consent for the provision of special education services where your signature is in fact required, your signature to finalize an annual IEP is not required. The team can finalize the annual IEP without your signature. Your signature is just that of attendance. So if you disagree, you want to document that disagreement either in the parent input section or in the conference notes, and you want to follow with doing something about it. Because just withholding your signature is not going to change the issues with which you disagree about. So again, I can be reached at Krista, spelled just like my name, Krista, at myeducationalsolutions.com. I can also be reached at 954-751-2300. And if you comment any questions or comments to this video, I will promptly respond to them. I'm really looking forward to getting to know more parents in the community and also service providers. I hope I've given you a value today. I hope you've enjoyed a good coffee and that we've had a good conversation. And I hope to see you next week at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And every week at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, I will be live for a different topic in special education. Have a great day.